The important thing to take away from this video is not about setting the perfect goal. It's just about setting goals to begin with. We can't hit goals that we don't set in the first place. And I know a lot of people, including myself, are sometimes hesitant to set goals because we don't think we're going to achieve them. We're afraid we'll fall short. But I'm telling you, you're better off having set a goal than not at all. Today, I'm going to share with you how to set achievable freelance goals that stretch you without overwhelming you. I'm also going to show you how you can start using systems in your freelance business to stay more consistent and organized using the free project management software Asana. Part 1 is going to be setting specific measurable goals. I know you've probably heard of SMART goals. I'm not going to bore you with all of that. This is just a matter of how do we set realistic freelance income goals that stretch us a little bit that we can actually hit. And that's going to require us to set an annual, a quarterly, and a monthly income goal. Other than just an income goal, we want other measurable goals in our business because, again, this is all about focusing on the little daily activities that we can control. So examples of the specific measurable goals that we're going to set other than the freelance income goal is how many cold pitches am I going to send per week? How many retainer clients am I aiming to get? What is the minimum dollar amount that I'm willing to work for? It might not be worth it if a client wants to work with you for a $200 project. Another specific goal is how much time per week are you going to spend improving your writing? So when we have all of this fleshed out, it just becomes really automatic and easy. I'm Christine from paidcopywriter.com. I teach freelancers how to get on LinkedIn and cold pitch their ideal clients so that they can make an income working from home with no boss, no commute. So if you're looking for free copywriting and content writing tips and just how to level up your income as a self-employed writer, you are going to want to subscribe to this channel so that you're the first to know when I drop my 2 new videos each week. The most important thing about systems, regardless of what software you use, is just knowing what to do every single day and having your tasks laid out for you because it reduces decision fatigue. If you have to open your computer and guess what you should be working on every single day, it's not going to be as productive and you're going to waste a little bit of that brain energy just trying to reorient and set yourself up for the day. And we definitely want to avoid that by just having the system tell us what to do. If you find that you just can't stay consistent in your freelance business and you feel scattered, it's probably because you don't have systems. And that's why I recommend downloading Asana. It's a free project management software. I used to use Trello, which is another really popular project management software, but Asana has more capabilities. If you want to really become an expert at Asana, I definitely recommend checking out Louise Henry. She has a course called Up Level with Asana, which I'll link to below. That is how I learned to use Asana in my business. I never thought I would invest money in a training on project management software, but she's able to make it so interesting. And when I tell you, I was actually on the verge of giving up because I felt so overwhelmed in my business until I took this course. It righted my path and enabled me to get going again because I could see my tasks laid out very clearly for me every single day when I opened my computer, and that mental clarity really gave me the push I needed to keep going. If you want to download Asana, I recommend you use a business email. As freelancers, we really should be using our own domain email that we purchased. Mine is at christinegamoka.com. Yours could be at freelancecopywriter.com. You don't want to sign up with a Gmail account, and you don't even want to be doing business as a freelancer with a Gmail account because it just doesn't look professional. So sign up with a business account. That is my disclaimer for that. Now we're going to start off by setting our words for the year right here. And I know that might sound corny, but we really want to set our intentions for our freelance business so that when things get tough or we just feel like we're struggling, we can always revert back to what we said we were going to do and be this year. So I'm going to share with you mine. Number 1 is client alignment. I definitely want to be pickier, choosier about the clients I work for to make sure that we are really a good fit. Something I've realized about freelancing is that working with clients that don't value respect or just don't really mesh with your personality can really ruin it for you, right? So I think it's so important to just find clients that actually appreciate you, that are friendly, that like you. And that brings me to my second word, which is work abundance. You can make these words up, just whatever resonates for you. And in order for me to be choosier about my clients, I need to believe that there are better clients out there, that when I say no to clients, that means there's going to be a better one around the corner. So I need to believe that work is abundant. And as freelancers, I think we all need to believe that there are many opportunities out there and we don't want to be scarce. My third word is investing freely. So investing freely really just means not being so hesitant to invest in the software, trainings, and tools that I need to be successful. I think money mindset is something very personal, and it's something that is established in childhood. I think certain people were raised with the concept that money is abundant, and I have to say that is kind of the opposite of how I was raised. And if you are first generation American like I am, and your parents are immigrants that come from a poor country, you probably can relate relates to your parents being very frugal because that was the situation they dealt with in their home countries, and now they're here and it's just what those times needed. But as adults and as people who are setting out to create something, create businesses, be self-employed, we really have to look at money differently. Instead of wasting money or losing money, it's about I'm investing this money and I trust that the investment will pay off. It's just something I personally struggle with. I want to be able to think bigger and be more loose with how I invest my money into my business. I recommend that you reflect and just figure out what your words are going to be. Maybe it's showing up more confident. Maybe it's trusting that you can do this whole thing. This is definitely personal. Just think about the ways that you want to show up this year. Set your 2023 revenue goal. If you are just starting out, I recommend you start with something doable, but something that's still going to stretch you, which is $60,000. Now, I want you to break that annual goal down into quarterly and monthly. So $60,000 might seem really big if you're just starting out and you don't have any clients and you're just learning about this. So let's break it down. $60,000 is $15,000 per quarter. And then if you break down that quarterly, it's $5,000 per month. And as a rule of thumb, I recommend that every freelance writer aim to make $5,000 per month in their freelance business. Now, once we have this broken out revenue goal, we're going to set measurable goals. Don't do more than 3 or 4 measurable goals because we want to really be focused, right? So number 1 is how many retainer clients or ongoing clients that give you consistent work do you want to be working with on a month-to-month basis? I find that with my pricing, I can work with 4 ongoing clients and be making a pretty good income. Something I also build into my revenue goal is what I call one-off work. This is the work that usually winds up coming to me, and it's somebody who wants an email written or kind of a one-off project. I try to stay away from that work, but I also don't want to turn it down. So I'll factor in how much I want to bill in one-off work per year, and that's usually, a maximum of $10,000 that I want to take from that work, because it's really easier as a freelancer to build long-term relationships with clients versus doing one-off work that you have to learn someone's product and get familiarized and all that stuff. The other measurable goal you want to set is what is your lead generation or business acquisition activity, right? So if you take my course, I teach you how to cold pitch on LinkedIn. Maybe you're cold emailing, maybe you're on Upwork, maybe you're on Fiverr, right? You want to see how many pitches am I going to send consistently on a weekly or monthly basis. If you are just starting out, I do recommend that you set a weekly goal of how many cold pitches you're going to send. And if you are, if you're more experienced, you already have clients under your belt and you just want to make sure there's no feast and famine cycle, definitely set a monthly pitch goal like I do. The other thing is measuring how you're going to incrementally improve your writing. So part of something we need to do to raise our rates and go for better clients and become more confident is actually do the work to improve ourselves. So even if that's watching a YouTube video to learn a new concept or just researching something online, set a goal for yourself of how you're going to consistently improve your writing skills so that you can command a higher rate. Now, once we have those specific measurable goals, like our income goal, like our activity goals, we're going to want to break that down even further into systems. So how will you actually execute those income goals? If you want to grow your LinkedIn network to over 500 connections, for example, then you would say, I am going to send 10 connections every week on Friday. If your measurable goal is to improve your marketing and your web presence as a freelancer, then you can say, I will request a new testimonial from an existing client every month. You want to look at your specific measurable goals and break down the activities that you're going to perform on a day-to-day basis or a week-to-week basis or even a monthly basis to see how you're going to get there. Now, let's take a look at the freelance business activities we need to be doing consistently, because yes, we can say, I'm going to send this amount of cold pitches, I'm going to generate this amount per month, but we want to see what the day-to-day tasks are that are going to get us to the measurable goal. So if you're not catching the trend, it's about setting the big goal and then working backwards to create all of the micro actions that lead us toward the big goal so that we're not overwhelmed. So if you go right here for freelance business activities, these are the things personally that I use in my freelance business. They are consistent habits I build and set tasks for. You're going to have to come up with your own based on what you want to achieve, but mine are asking for referrals, updating my website copy. That can mean adding testimonials or updating my freelance writing samples, creating onboarding materials. I never wound up doing that. I think that's specific for certain freelancers, but I just haven't needed that. Raising my rates after 8 to 12 months, emailing people that I've had conversations with and just checking in with them, reminding them of what I offer. Those can actually lead to something really great. Consistently asking for testimonials after a client has given me good feedback or we've wrapped a project. Cold pitching on LinkedIn, something I never stopped doing, and then reaching out to my personal network to ask for referrals. Again, I hate doing that, but I have done it. If you are looking for work actively, it's definitely something you want to do. Now, I'm not going to get too in the weeds with how Asana works, but I do want to show you the value of using Asana and how it allows you to stay consistent. And the best part is being able to check off the little task when you are finished, so it gives you a sense of accomplishment. So for example, when you look at measurable goal number 3, which is how many pitches you're going to send and how many jobs you're going to apply for a month, you can see right here that I want to send 10 connection requests on LinkedIn and engage with LinkedIn posts for 30 minutes per day. Now, if you put a date next to that activity, what it does is it shows up on the My Tasks board. So as you can see on Monday, I know that what I need to do is engage with LinkedIn posts for 30 minutes a day. So the My Tasks view is really critical because it just shows you everything you need to do from Monday through Friday. And literally when you're done, you just check it off. It's really satisfying. Now, once you have your income goals set, you're going to want to create retainer packages, which is how you structure your offer and show it to clients. And I'm going to create a video showing you how to create retainer packages so that you have a consistent month-to-month income. Check that video out below. I will link to it and it's going to dovetail perfectly into this video, so don't miss it.